Today, I'm delighted to be joined by three special guests from Sterling Bank, Nigeria: the Chief Human Resources Officer, Temi Daly, Chief Digital Officer, Olayinka Oni, and the Power Platform Lead, Foyin Olajide Bello. Thank you so much for taking this time. Foyin, why don't we start with you? Could you share a bit more about the bank and how you got started on your Power Platform journey?
Thank you, Samia, and thank you for having us on this session today. The Sterling Bank is one of the leading commercial banks in Nigeria, and we have our branches across the 36 states of the country. One of the major and important things to Sterling is our customer, which is why we have our statement as your one customer bank. Our mission and our goal is to treat each customer in a special and a unique way. And this has made us to be very innovative with the solutions that we prefer to our customers, not making any assumptions about their needs, but producing products that meet them at their exact point of need. And this has also made us an agile bank, which is why we are one of the banks that are leading in digital transformation in the country, because we are always at the cutting edge of technology. Our Power Platform journey started about 18 to 24 months ago with the Power BI, with data analytics, and we understood early that data is the new oil, and we also understood early that Power BI is one of the best tools to use to drive insights and analysis in your data. But late last year, we started to see benefits in the other solutions that the Power Platform brings, like the Power Automate and Power Apps and Power Virtual Agents. We decided that this is the way to go, and we're not going to use old technology anymore.
Could you describe some of the early solutions that you built?
Yes, so one of the first solutions that we built is the ATM Collation Portal, and we were basically able to completely eradicate merging of Excel sheets. So prior to the app, we would have people at the region and at the central office merging multiple Excel sheets in order to get a single report and to send out. And this took about maybe three to 4 hours every week. So this number of hours was saved by building a simple application where we literally cut down a 6-step process to 2. So all of this information was entered into the app very quickly. We had data validations there. We also had a lot of calculations to make the data accurate. And once the data was submitted, the approval process kicked in, and that was it. So all the Excel merging were totally eradicated and removed from the process. So this sparked up a lot of excitement internally, and we started our journey from here.
Olayinka, as the Chief Digital Officer, could you share with us what are some of the key benefits and value that you've seen from Foyin's work and the work of Power Platform at Sterling Bank?
Thanks, Amir, for having us. I think it's been quite a great partnership with Microsoft since we started this. Before we went on this journey, the challenge we've always had was to keep pace with the demand requirement from the business team. But since we launched on this journey, we're finding that it's easier for us to start to meet business needs faster. We kind of have put power back to the hands of the users themselves, and we're finding that people are able to quickly solve their own problems themselves using all of this tooling. And we're finding also that our lead time to actually get to value is faster as an organization. Since we've been on this journey, we've been able to automate a lot more process than we were able to do before we embarked on this journey, where we would have to get engineering resource from the developers to commit to some timelines to build stuff. But we've been able to get a lot more done, and definitely we're finding that people are a lot much happier with IT right now, because IT is no longer a bottleneck in the whole innovation and automation journey, as it were, within the bank.
Next, I'd like to turn to Temi Daly. Temi, as the Chief Human Resources Officer, what do you see is the role of upskilling and this idea of a Citizen Developer Academy as it relates to the Power Platform?
Globalization, digitization, and a number of mega trends have radically changed the way we live and work. For us at Sterling, these realities have shaped the way we profile solutions to a number of essential questions. One being, how do we prepare our people for the future of work? What skills are required? How will work be done? And so forth. More importantly, we realize that for us to successfully shape our outcomes, we need to leverage on data, automation, and artificial intelligence. Thankfully, the Microsoft Power Platform has been a huge leverage. We launched our capability academies called iLearn, primarily focused on retooling and reskilling the workforce in readiness of the future of work. The two core areas, citizens, developers, and data. The feedback has been amazing, overwhelmingly amazing, both from employees and the business. We've successfully graduated over 300 employees from these two academies, with 50% of them in non-tech roles. The result is evident. Employees have more career choices, people are more effective on their jobs, and our agile culture is shaping up nicely. For us, we're excited, we're eager to scale up even more in terms of our partnership with Microsoft and utilizing the Power Platform. Thank you.
Thank you, Temi. Olayinka, what are your thoughts on how the Citizen Development Initiative plays into innovation at the bank?
So the citizenship developer is core and central of strategy for us to actually achieve digitization in the bank. The first phase or wave of this, it's already delivering a lot of value. I mean, in the short while, we've automated quite a number of processes already. And already we're even thinking about the next wave of what that would be. So we're starting to look at things like robotic process automation, for example, leveraging the same old Power Platform to ensure that we can actually take the value to the next level. And quite importantly is the fact that innovation is coming from all sides of the organization and just not at the center, as it were. People are innovating within their own space, and we're finding that we're definitely becoming a more productive organization just because of this whole journey, as it were.
It's great to see this level of leadership support in these initiatives. Now, Foyin, could you talk a bit more about the Citizen Developer Academy from your perspective?
The focus of these academies is to enable staff to solve their own problems. We want to get to a point where every employee can create an app, automate a manual process sitting at their desks, and also go into their data and start to get insights and analysis from it. Now, we were able to draw up a curriculum. So how this came about was we drew up a curriculum for the Citizen Developer Academy, and I was able to run this by Microsoft, Chris Donner and Mr. Dang, ensuring that we're not giving too much for the beginners, and also we're not starting off on something too little for them. And all the people that attended the academy were able to create their own applications at the end of the academy and live with an automation first mindset, which was what was very critical to us.
Do you have some more examples of what are some of the solutions that have been built by the people that have graduated from the Citizen Developer Academy?
Some of the applications that were developed by the Citizen developers are the Office Access app. So previously, when employees needed to get into the building, they had to come and sign a booklet or sign some manual paper that they were going to come in. But the Citizen developer who graduated from our academy was able to automate this process end to end on our own. And we have other similar applications that were built by existing developers.
So in a short amount of time, additional business users have already built solutions that are driving value at the bank. Looking ahead, what are some of the newer capabilities of the Power Platform that you're starting to explore?
So as mentioned by Yinka, one of the major areas that we're looking to explore is the RPA, that's the Robotics Process Automation, which Microsoft has added to Power Automate. That's the UI flows. So we're looking to automate a number of our processes using the robotics process automation. And we're currently in the early stage of adoption, trying to automate one of our reports processes that takes a lot of time, a lot of human effort in gathering the data and sending it out to all the respective business units. So that's where we are now, and we look forward to doing additional ones once we are done with that.
So we've spoken about your Power Platform initiatives at the bank, but there's a piece here that I'm really excited about, and which is, what are you doing beyond this? Could you share a bit more about what you're doing with the broader community in Nigeria and the Power Platform?
I basically attended a meeting and I discovered that a lot of the IT professionals were all starting to learn this new tool and we're basically struggling on our own. So we decided to start up the community, and I spoke to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 IT pros within my reach, within my network, who I knew that were using old technology like InfoPath. And I was like, hey guys, there is Power Apps and it's a lot better than InfoPath. And I basically said all my experience has been like with the tool. And we started the community on WhatsApp, and we started increasing basically referrals and increasing, and now we have about 800 members in the community for the Power Platform.
So as we come to the end of our time here, Foyne, I'd love to know, what is it that's motivating you to be driving ahead both at the bank and the broader community with these digital initiatives?
One of the things that motivates me is making impact. I like to leave things better than I made them. I like to leave people better than I met them. So through the Power Platform, I see the Power Platform not just as some tool, but also as an enabler to help employees help employees add value, because they are not able to solve their own problems without necessarily coming to IT, and also help the students out there and those that are not even employed to get a skill, a technical skill that they can now use to empower themselves and to get their desired jobs. So this is, I find fulfillment doing this, and I look forward to helping the community more and also helping and supporting the staff of Sterling Bank more. And
what is one final thought that you'd like to share?
Yes, I want to say a big thank you again to our executives. I want to thank them for being forward-looking, right, on our digital journey. They are not at the back, they are right in front. They see Sterling Bank as not just a Nigerian company, but as a multinational company, and they try to ensure that in all that we do, it is standard globally. So I'd like to thank them for their leadership, and I just want to appreciate them for all that they've done and that they are doing for us in the bank.
Thank you, Foyne. And one last question for you, Olayinka. What is your perspective on the work that Foyne is doing in driving adoption of the platform at the bank?
I mean, Foyne's work has been incredible, and I think Foyne is easily becoming a thought leader within our organization. When she joined, she was really just a support engineer supporting the SharePoint platform, as it were. But she's taking all the old structure of productivity and actually using the platform to drive productivity within the organization. So increasingly, our role is, emerging from being just a support engineer to actually be the lead for productivity within our organization. She's already seen as a thought leader. She is actually recently was nominated as one of our top 20 exceptional talents within the organization. So definitely our work continues to inspire a lot of people within the organization and in the general community at large.
So we covered a lot of ground in this session. We learned about how the work of the Power Platform started at Sterling Bank, the work that they're doing to continue innovation, the partnership between business and IT, the upskilling initiatives, and more broadly, what FOIN is doing in driving adoption within the community. As we come to a close here, I'd like to again thank Olayinka, Temi, FOIN. Thank you for taking this time with us today.